came to PDS, I came on board as one of the business coaches. And then 18 months later, in September, October of 2010, stepped into the chief operating officer role. And one of the things that the president founder, Dan Benamos, had wanted to do was to create a training curriculum specific to pharmacy owners and their teams. And I said, well, what is the one thing? And that had been my background, of course, in my previous career, training and operations heavy. And so I said, what's the one gap, if you could say sort of the universal pain point for independent pharmacy owners, what would that be? He didn't miss a beat. In a nanosecond, he said leadership. And I said, well, you're in luck because I can build that. So we offered the very first advanced leadership program, I want to say it was like 2012 maybe. And then in 2013, we redesigned it. Sharon Rasnick, who's still with Pharmacy Development Services, Terry Norvell, and myself, and because part of my background, I'm a bit of a unicorn. I used to say, well, I'm just a generalist because I was in training and operations and I could just kind of, get her done and all kinds of, implementer, you name it. But my passion and my true love really is in facilitating and training. And part of that, of course, is instructional design. And so I said, yeah, I can build that. I was very confident about that. Dan probably was not so confident at the time. But we actually, the three of us co-created what exists still to this day is the Advanced Leadership Program for pharmacy owners and teams. And I would say probably by this year, I know when I left at the end of January last year, which was 2021, I bet we'd already put through over 1,000 pharmacy owners and their team members. Yeah. And it really became sort of the cornerstone, the flagship program. Ironically, it's not all that specific to pharmacy. It's specific to leadership, right? And I think that, part of that bit of that unicorn is because I had been in roles and positions my entire adult career in managing and leading high performance teams and being accountable and responsible over and over again for performance and results. I think that that's probably part of the secret sauce of that program is that it was very applicable, right? I kind of come to the table with this pragmatism. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm a lifelong student. I read all the time. And yet I'm also, if you don't tell me what I'm going to do with this or how I'm going to use it, then I'm not interested. You're right. My enthusiasm begins to wane proportionately because I want to know that I can actually use this. I want to do something with it, so to speak. So I think that was part of it, right? Is that we were able to provide these tools and resources that oftentimes these folks had never even heard of.
Right. Yeah. Just not exposed to.
No, not exposed. You hit the nail on the head, Jeff. No exposure.
Yeah.
I think the other secret sauce is that we based it in neuroscience. So it was based in neuroscience and how the brain works. Not a deep dive into the science of it, but enough that we become really super aware, that self-awareness of how we show up and our behavior and how our brains are operating so that we can actually make a choice to do things differently, right? I mean, hey, if what we're doing and how we're showing up is netting phenomenal results, great. But if they're not, and we've got some of that dissonance or that discord or disconnect going on, then we've got to be able to step back and say, okay, what do I need to change here? Or what do I need to do differently? So I think that was, and then the third piece of the secret sauce around that program, in my estimation, was the connection, right? The absolute opportunity to get out of your own environment and into a positive, supportive, and respectful place where you were with like-minded people, right?
Like similar industry.
Exactly.
Similar challenges.
yeah, we've got the same pain points. We're all losing sleep over the same things. My team is driving me crazy. I don't know what to do. So that to me, really the combination of those three things really, I think, created a powerful program.